Hi and welcome to Geeks for Geeks. Today we would be discussing an interesting problem. Buy maximum stocks if I stocks can be bought on the ith day. Okay. So basically in this problem, you are told that you are given an array. Okay. Let's say the value of the array is 10, 7 and 19. So this is what? This is the stock value of a company at each day. This is for day 1, this is for day 2 and this is for day 3. So this is what? This is nothing but a stock price, and you are given this array where the first element would be the price for the day 1, second element would be the price for the day 2 and the third element would be the price for the day 3 and so on. Okay, and you are told for the first day you can buy at most 1 stock, for the second day you can buy at most 2 stock, and for the third day you can buy at most 3 stock. This is the number of stocks you can buy. Seems pretty simple, but the catch here is that, so if I want to optimize the amount of money spent, what is that? I want to save my money. So the ideology is that if my mother told me that save your money but still buy something, okay, like let's say your mother told you to buy potato, okay, your mother told you jao 1 kilo aloo leke aao, this is the most common thing. So your mother told you to buy potato from the marketplace, and I don't know how many of you have done this, but I did this a lot, and my mother used to tell me that whatever remaining amount you are getting, keep it with yourself. So to maximize the amount of profit or to maximize my pocket money, what I used to do is I used to find the cheapest store which would sell the potatoes for the cheapest price. Okay, so my mother would tell me to buy potatoes, and I would try to find a shop which would sell me the cheapest potato, so that my task is fulfilled and my money is optimized. This is what is asked. You need to buy something and you need to save money. So the ideology is very easy, like to find the value, like to find the intuition, it is very easy. Just relate it with a real life example and you would get the idea that I should buy the cheapest one. This is the intuition. Okay, now let's move forward to how do we really try to solve up this value. Okay, so I know that if I want to buy the cheapest, 7 looks to me as the cheapest. Okay, but the amount I have is just 45 and I want to maximize the number of stocks bought. So I would buy the cheapest so that the number of stocks bought is very much. Okay, so I would buy the cheapest one to maximize the number of stock. So I can buy at most 2 stock for the cheapest one. So I would do 7 multiplied by 2, which is equals to 14. So I would say yes, I have bought 2 stocks and the remaining amount would be 31. This is my new remaining amount. Okay, and now this is not into picture. Then I should buy the second cheapest. So now I should buy the second cheapest now, but I can buy only 1. So I would say I would buy 31. So 10 multiplied by 1 is equals to 10, and 31 minus 10 is equals to 21. So now the new value is 21 and I have bought 1 more stock. This is done. Remaining I have is 21, but here I can buy 3 stocks of price 90. So I can buy at most 1 stock. So I would buy that 1 stock. So I would be buying 1 stock. Why? Because I don't have that much money. Yes, I have the supply of stocks, but I am running out of budget. So I would just buy whatever is within my budget. So I would say I would just buy 1 stock, and in total I am buying 4 stock. That is why the answer to this is 4. So if you observe, like, what is the idea coming into picture? If you observe that we took hold of the minimum, then we used it. Then we took hold of the second minimum and then we used it. If this was a big array, this would be again third minimum, and this would go until we would hit the nth minimum. This would go until this. So whenever we need to find first minimum, second minimum, third minimum till the nth minimum, the idea is to just use sorting at this point, because sorting does this effortlessly. Fair enough. Sorting would solve the purpose. So what we would really do is, we need to sort it, but we want to know how many values we can buy. So I want to retain their pairs even after it is sorted. So now the task is, I know I need to do sorting, but the task is sort but retain pairs. This is the task that I am given. So the task is very easy. Just make pairs, make the pairs, okay, and then sort according to the price of the item. Sort according to the price of the item, and that would be sort. Now the second instance is, there can be two scenarios, okay. So let's just take a simple example with some value that would make more sense. Let's say we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Our budget is, let's say, 6. So I can buy this, I can buy this, I can buy this. At this point I can't buy this. So if I can't buy this, I won't be able to buy either of the remaining ones, because if we go on that side, the value would increase. Why? Because let's say the values are sorted. Okay, the values are sorted. Let's say there are n number of shops. This is the shopkeeper 1, this is the shopkeeper 2, this is the shopkeeper 3, this is the shopkeeper 4, this is the shopkeeper 6. Let's say they have a fixed pricing. Like I don't know how many of you have went to a fair, but there is a concept of everything at rupees 20, everything at rupees 30. There is a concept of that, and they are maintaining a sorted order. So if let's say this person is saying that everything is in my shop at 10 rupees, everything is in my shop at 20, 30, 40, 50 and 60. So let's say you came till this point and your money got exhausted. So you know that there is no point in moving forward, because if I can't afford this one, I won't be able to afford the other ones. Why? Because if I go on that side, the value would increase. Because the idea is simple. If I can't afford the cheaper ones, how can I afford the costlier ones? Because if we move on the right hand side, the things would become costly. That is it. So we need to stop when we can't afford. Stop when we can't afford. This is a small optimization that I would be doing. So in a loop, how can we stop? By using a break statement. Okay, so I would write this. So just remember, this is the concept. Other than this, we would be making pairs, we would be sorting the price, we would be writing a small if statement that if we can buy it, buy it. If we can't buy it, then buy the fractional amount and then stop. Done. Let's move. So I would be making the price as just P. Good enough. Now I would be initializing account to 0, because I would be just updating this value. Now I would be writing vector of pair of int comma int, and I would be naming it as v, and then I would be iterating over the values. For int I is equals to 0, I is less than n, and I plus plus. Okay, but here if you observe, the values are 1 indexed. So I would be making a pair that is v dot push back. An array is 0 indexed, but we want 1 indexing. So we would be making a pair that is the current I 0th indexing plus 1 would make it 1 indexing. We are done. Now we would sort it. v dot begin comma v dot end. By default it does the sorting on the first element, and we have made the price as the first element. Okay, and then we would start a loop, and then we would start iterating. For int I is equals to 0, I is less than n, and I plus plus. We would first find the value, that is current price, okay, current price, individual pricing is equal to V of I dot first, and individual quantity IC, individual quantity is equals to V of I dot second. This is the individual pricing and the individual quantity. Now if I can afford it, if I have more than equal to the money, if I have more than equal, like let's say I want to buy 5 rupees thing and I have a budget of 6 rupees or either 5 rupees, this is good enough. So if I have a budget more than or equal, I would be willing to buy it. Number, individual pricing multiplied by individual quantity. If I have an option, then I would be doing K minus that, I would be decreasing the budget because I'm now buying it. Because if I buy it, my budget would also decrease, na? Individual pricing multiplied by individual quantity. Okay, and then I would be adding the individual quantity because I need to tell in my home how many kilos of potatoes I have bought. This is done. Else my budget is low than the required value, so I would buy the fractional of whatever I can buy, that is K by IP, fractional, and then I would stop, because this is told here that stop when we can't afford. This is told na, stop when we can't afford, this thing we are doing. So before stopping, buy, like exhaust all your money and then break from that point, and then at the very end we would return. So now everything is done. Let us just compare and then see how many errors are we making. Seems like no error is being made. So yes, this has been done. So if you found this example relatable enough, feel free to comment on the videos, because that would just motivate me to do more. That's it for today. Thank you and have a nice day.